Cause your vibe it be different than shine in your eyes what I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You finding you'll find in the sky, we gon' ride the ecliptic like a Mercury transit.
Peace, y'all. Today with Star Card Astrology, and I'm here to give you your daily astrology guidance for Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. Let's pop this off. Yeah. All right. So we have the sun at 17 degrees, still making its squares with the nodes and Uranus and Mars. Less of a square with Mars, but about to be exact tomorrow. So we're going to see a lot come up, culminating towards this point where we're all going to really be feeling whether we're connecting with our value fully, and if that aligns with our soul and ourselves and how we see ourselves. We see the moon starting to meet up with Pluto here. So it will meet up completely tomorrow. So we're definitely going to be feeling some type of change happening if we haven't already. But it's going to be highlighted tomorrow mostly. So this is just the building up of what do we feel like really needs to change. And I mean, Pluto is really extreme change. I mean, it's not little changes, especially in Capricorn. If it was in Virgo, then we could say, oh, these are little changes. These are minor, discrepancies in our environment that we might need to be looking at and changing. But this is Capricorn. So this is like the structure of our lives, the schedule, things like that. So we're going to be feeling it. We're definitely going to be feeling it all day tomorrow, and definitely today. So, and that moon is actually making these trines with this conjunction with the North Node and Uranus, still sextile South Node. So again, we have to be feeling as if these are the right things that are going to move us into our value more than ever. And that's how it's going to be this intuitive, like, okay, this needs to change. I need to handle this now. I need to, make this decision of my schedule change or career change, right? Or what I'm going to focus on in my business more. Those are the things that we are going to be building on today. And we're going to feel it. We're going to feel it. We should be able to tap into that, into our emotions, and be able to navigate through that through the intuition. Okay? So Venus is still opposed Pluto here. And this is still highlighting, what needs to change in our relationships. Do we, need to, do the values line up? Because if not, then we probably need to walk away from those at this point. Because Venus is, it's going to go into Leo here. And when Venus goes into Leo, there's a lot of love there. So we don't want to be caught up in love with someone or something that doesn't align with our values right now. That's going to be a big deal moving forward. So, and it's not an easy thing to deal with. It's not an easy thing to handle. You have to walk away from something you probably already do love. But that's what the universe is asking us to do, is really be aware and decisive and, I mean, picky to a certain extent of, is this building me towards the life and the values that I already have for myself? And it's like, okay, yeah, we can be willing to change with this Pluto and Capricorn, but not so much that we lose our value or that we're changing our values dramatically. Because the right person is going to align with your values. They're not going to force you to change or keep asking you to change or pressure you to change. You guys will grow together and change together and evolve in the same direction. So, Neptune is still making this trine to Venus. It's not exact. I guess that's more. It's not exact, but it's still a trine. So, we have to make sure that we're not fooling ourselves. Just like yesterday. We have to make sure we're not fooling ourselves. That's a big deal. I mean, Chiron is still trine with the sun here. I promise I'll get a new pen soon. I can't even draw. So this is kind of where we need to make sure that we're healing our ego. More so as the sun starts to move away from this Chiron trine. We need to make sure that we're not getting caught up in egoic relationships or egoic love or lustful love right now. It needs to be aligned with our soul and our soul's true path. So I think that's the struggle of a lot of people right now, is staying on that path because the dark has been throwing so much at us. Saturn is opposed the sun, but not directly, but it's going to come up pretty soon here, basically on my solar return. It's going to be almost an exact opposition. So definitely going to be a hard year for me, but at least I know, at least I'm prepared. That's why I know these things. But really, as long as we stay in our truth and we stay in our soul and we stay on that path, then the dark can't win, because humanity is far more powerful than any of these other energies. That's why they're trying to manipulate us and keep us oppressed and, not allow us full access to the knowledge of who we truly are and what we truly are. That's why we have to figure it out and decipher it and, come up with all these theories and things of, our origin and everything. Right? They can't just come out and say, hey, yes, we know that there's a chakra system and, there is an auric field and around the human body and all of that, right? Because how many people would awaken so fast, and how powerful would we be in unison with that same knowledge? So this is about really making sure that we're not oppressing ourselves or making these choices that are going to have us fall down a slippery slope. That's not what we want. And it has a lot to do with the relationships that we are harboring that we're trying to hold on to, this is where we need to let the new relationships in. We need to let the new ones in, and the ones that can see where this world is going and where you want to go and how that looks and agrees with that and aligns with that. Because we have a limited amount of time to ensure that we have the right people on our team, that we're not going to go through a lot of tragic events that are going to be obstacles in the future. You know, a lot of people made choices based off of very little information in the past couple years. And we're going to see the repercussions of that, you know, and the ones who don't really believe they did are going to get a big shock. And unfortunately, you know, we're all going to be watching as this movie unfolds. So, I mean, some of us aren't going to be able to avoid the things that are going to happen to our loved ones. And, you know, all we can do is just move through love, really. That's all we can really do. I mean, it's unfortunate, and we can't, I mean, some of us really aren't in the place to just abandon people, especially family and loved ones and things like that. So, not going to be too easy at the end of 2022 into 23. But we're all here for a reason. We're strong enough to withstand whatever the universe throws at us. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be here. So, it's not a time to be fearful. It's a time to be courageous. It's a time to be spreading as much love as possible. Because out in the societal world, there's a lot less love being thrown around. So let's see what the cards are saying for today. The Eight of Cups. We have this Eight of Cups. So, this is where we really are going to be embedded in our emotions today. We're not going to really be able to play the escape route right now. So I advise to, you know, move through the emotions, allow them to come and go before making any drastic decisions based off of, you know, other people's emotions. Because that's usually what it is. You know, we all get triggered in some way. You know, people, I don't think there's a person on this planet that can say they don't get triggered. So it's all about how we handle those triggers, right? But definitely don't run from anything right now. You know, unless it's just a really bad situation that can cause harm or mental trauma and things like that, then yeah, but I mean, we still have to confront those things at some point. So whether it's within ourselves or physically, we still have to confront it. So this is not a time to try to avoid anything that needs to be handled based off the Eight of Cups. So yeah, I hope that helps. And until next time, one love.
Cause your vibe it be different than shine in your eyes what I'm missing. Your body Ferrari, but your mind is my interest. You find in the sky, we gon' ride the eclipse like a Mercury transit.